Guillermo Del Toro appears to be considering a take on the Phantom of the Opera, and after witnessing his interpretation of Frankenstein, the idea feels almost inevitable. The liberties he took in reimagining the creature, played by Jacob Elordi, revealed a new dimension: curious, compassionate, even capable of love. This softening of the cruelty found in Shelley's novel makes the story all the more compelling. It's easy to imagine Del Toro's Phantom portrayed with similar nuance. Eric, marked by deformities that cast him as a monster, yet capable of tender gestures toward Christine, the kind of redemptive arc Del Toro excels at bringing to life. Not only is Del Toro perfectly suited to animate the novel's characters, but his visual style makes him an ideal match for the setting. With Crimson Peak and now Frankenstein, he has refined a breathtaking Gothic aesthetic. The Grand Opera House, with its endless corridors, labyrinthine backstage, and shadowy underground chambers, is already a familiar setting. But through Del Toro's lens, it would gain new life, more majestic, darker, and above all, imbued with its own soul. Now 116 years since its publication, The Phantom of the Opera has seen countless adaptations. The most iconic editions, however, have emerged in recent decades, especially through Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical. If Del Toro were to take on this story, he would likely craft a visually stunning, emotionally rich spectacle, one that could become a new benchmark adaptation. And although he's expressed a desire to step away from Gothic themes to explore genres like crime and stop-motion animation, we can trust he'll find the right moment to tell the Phantom of the Opera in his own way. Charlie Sheen recounts Oliver Stone's betrayal over Born on the 4th of July by Daniela Catelli, October 30th, 2025. In a recent interview on In Depth with Graham Bensinger, Charlie Sheen opened up about a painful moment in his career, learning that director Oliver Stone had given the lead role in Born on the 4th of July, a part Sheen believed was promised to him, to Tom Cruise. Cruise went on to earn an Oscar nomination for his portrayal of Vietnam veteran Ron Kovic. Sheen, who had previously worked with Stone on Platoon and Wall Street, had been told he would star in the film. Reflecting on the experience, Sheen described how he found out. His brother Emilio Estevez called him and asked, "Are you sitting down?" Sheen feared something tragic had happened. Instead, Estevez broke the news. Cruise is doing Born on the 4th of July. Estevez and Cruise had acted together in The Outsiders 1983 and were part of the same rising generation of actors. Cruise had even stayed at the Sheen family home when he first arrived in Los Angeles. "I appreciated that Emilio thought I needed to be sitting for that news," Sheen said. "It's just a movie, but it mattered." There was a sense of betrayal. I told him, "Well, Oliver's been a fan of Tom for a long time. It'll be a different film with him instead of me." Sheen recalled that Stone had been clear about wanting him for the role. They had met several times and even dined with Ron Kovic. Then communication stopped. I called and was told he was in Cuba. This was around 1988 or 1989. I said, "Okay, tell him I'm looking for him." Despite the disappointment, Sheen tried to keep perspective. You can't lose something that was never yours. I hadn't signed anything, just a handshake. Years later, he ran into Stone at a bar, and the topic finally came up. We were both drunk enough to talk about it. He said, "I thought you'd lost passion for the film." I replied, "You hadn't seen me. How could you know that if we never talked again?" Still, Sheen praised Cruise's performance. It wasn't one of those things where you throw shade. When I saw the film, I realized he turned it into something else. You appreciate that. You don't nitpick and say, "I would have done it better." No, F that. It was a brilliant performance, and he should have won that damn Oscar. In hindsight, Sheen added with a touch of humor, filming Born on the 4th of July might have conflicted with Major League, a movie he deeply loves. I'm pretty sure they would have overlapped. And even if they didn't, that's the version I choose to believe. Quentin Tarantino is returning to acting in Only What We Carry, a new experimental film directed by Jamie Adams. The cast includes Simon Pegg, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Liam Hellman, and singer Lizzie McAlpine, making her film debut. The movie was shot over 6 days in Deauville, France, with a low budget and improvised performances. Set on the windswept coast of Normandy, the story follows Julian Johns, Peg, a once renowned instructor, and his former student Charlotte Levant, played by Sofia Boutella, who returns home to confront her past. Tarantino plays John Percy, Julian's old friend whose sudden arrival stirs buried truths. Gainsbourg portrays Charlotte's protective sister, Hellman plays a conflicted artist, and McAlpine appears as a young dancer whose presence forces the characters to face what they've left behind. Pegg described the experience as creatively enriching, likening it to going back to school, and praised the collaborative spirit of the cast and crew. The film's style echoes Adams' earlier works. She is Love and Wild Honey Pie, drawing inspiration from Eric Romer and Hong Sang-soo. Adams called the project a dream come true, blending independent filmmaking with a distinguished international ensemble. The Batman 2, Colin Farrell confirms time jump following The Penguin. In a recent interview, Colin Farrell discussed the timeline of the Batman franchise, offering new insight into the upcoming sequel starring Robert Pattinson. The Irish actor confirmed that The Batman Part 2 will begin shortly after the events of the spin-off series The Penguin, in which he reprises his role as Oz Cobb. It picks up, let's say, a few weeks after the end of the series, Farrell revealed, confirming the narrative choice made during the writing phase to reflect the evolving state of Gotham City upon Bruce Wayne's return. The Batman 2022 followed a young Bruce Wayne, Pattinson, as he embraced his role as Gotham's protector. The spin-off miniseries, The Penguin, focused on the rise of Oz Cobb, further expanding the gritty world established by director Matt Reeves. The Batman Part 2 is set to hit theaters on October 1st, 2027, 5 years after the first film, despite originally being slated for release this year. In the sequel, Farrell's character will have a more limited role. Notably absent will be Sophia Falcone, portrayed by Kristen Milioti, a fan favorite from The Penguin who won't appear in the new chapter. Director Matt Reeves has reiterated that the Batman exists outside the main DC universe and was initially conceived as a trilogy. The sequel will once again feature Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne/Batman alongside Zoe Kravitz as Selina Kyle/Catwoman, Andy Serkis, and Jeffrey Wright. Barry Keoghan's Joker, who made a brief appearance at the end of the first film, is unlikely to return. Although the actor expressed interest in reprising the role, he has reportedly not been contacted by the production.